Hey.
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 How are you?
I'm out of cologne.
I can smell that you smell like just a regular guy.
I'm so upset about it.
What kind of cologne do you wear?
Sauvage,
Is it nice?
the Johnny Depp one.
Oh God.
Oh,
What does
maybe
it
that's a
smell
good
like?
timing for you.
I wish I
I've
could
never
show
smelled
you,
it.
but I'm out of my bottle.
Why are you wearing
Give
Johnny
me the
Depp
notes.
perfume?
Give me the notes.
I've had it for like 7 years.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
just
that's
don't want.
not
You know,
mine.
you just don't switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
I-
once you think you
find
have a
something that
scent.
works,
Yeah.
you don't change it.
And I know that I wear too much.
Yes.
So as the bottle was going like less and less, then I had to ration out the sprays. So it was like kind of
Very
like
choosy.
a misty half spray. And I was like, this is actually probably what I should have been doing,
Yes.
not the 6 sprays a day.
Yes.
No. Don't do
I was
that.
that guy. I was
sprays?
that guy that like in the restaurant that would give you a headache.
Ugh. Yeah, like you're cologne drunk. You're cologne drunk, man. That's the.
Oh, that's why I'm single.
I saw a guy. I saw a guy on the way here. He was either drunk or just straight up passed. There was a guy on Lakeshore, just stopped in the middle of the road, just slumped over like this. I was like,
He was
damn.
cologne drunk.
Yeah.
I
would.
me Saturday.
he
You
did
saw me
7
Saturday
sprays.
night.
Yeah. When I was in high school, my friend told me that if you sprayed cologne in your mouth, it would kill the scent of alcohol.
No, those are all fake.
That's not real, but
You sprayed cologne in your
but
mouth.
I didn't
Bet you
know.
did.
And I went out and I had a couple beers, and my mom locked me out of the house. And I went to go touch the door, and it was locked. And I was like, "Oh, I'll just sleep in my car, like whatever." I'm 17, I can sleep in my car. And so I like it was locked. I turned around to go sleep in my car, and then my mom's like, "Well, look who's home." And then I was like, "Shit, I'm busted," because I was pretty drunk. And she was like, "Come here. Let me smell your breath." And I remember my friend said that, and I was in high school, so I had cologne on me, and I sprayed it in my mouth right before I breathed on my mom, and the taste of cologne makes you look so much more drunk than any amount of beers could ever make you look.
What did your mom say?
I mean,
She
I got
said,
grounded.
You smell like beer in your car.
Yeah, you smell like Bader and beer.
You could take this as an offense, but you look like a person that would spray cologne in their mouth
you.
when they were 17. You give that vibe.
I kind of agree with Erin. We have a guest.
We have a guest.
It's me.
Erin, what's your last name?
It is Jones,
Erin Jones.
but I go by Erinsamjo.
Erinsamjo? Like,
Do you want us to bleep out your real last name?
I don't care.
Erinsamjo.
Find me.
We have a guest, Erinsamjo, who
Who's
normally
now
woke
challenging viewers to find her.
Up. Yeah. So,
It's people have tried.
you drank, Erin?
Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
I didn't have my first beer until my second semester of college, so I was 18.
Oh, dude, we were like in 8th grade.
Yeah, I had mine my second semester of 7th grade.
I was a super goody two shoes. Super goody two shoes. And my dad doesn't drink.
Oh, that
For a
helped.
reason?
No, he doesn't like it.
Oh, I wish I had
Doesn't
that
like it.
gene.
He's
that
a
would be great.
super taster. So if it's bitter, it's like he can't eat it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if it's super sweet, he can't eat it either.
So what kind of food does your dad like to?
Well, he's an Irishman, so meat and potatoes and carrots.
Yeah, my
and
brother-
Yeah,
was
you know,
Irish,
if flavor's too much for you, an Irish diet is almost perfect.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of
super
flavors, I
perfect.
brought a lot of Irish food for
Yeah,
us.
good.
Irish, Iran.
Yeah.
So this is Persian food. This is like a riff on French fries, Persian French fries, because there's some feta cheese and some other stuff. This is basically ground chicken called
remember that.
kebab
Chicken
kubide.
patties.
Yeah, chicken patties.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody fights over at every family party, the
Looks
tadik, which is
delicious.
made from the bottom of the pan. So there's only so much that you get.
It's old rice.
So I wanted to bring my
good.
most ethnic friends to come
Yeah.
eat at my house.
yeah. You're welcome for bringing
yeah.
some diversity to
So
this podcast.
I wanted to bring the darkest people I knew, and I was glad you guys were able to make it.
Oh, wait, I can always make time.
So have you had Persian food before?
I have, but a long time ago. I love all food.
You do?
Ethiopian food is like my favorite food.
Oh, I just don't get into that.
I like-
I
You
love
like
it.
it too?
I like
love,
chicken wings.
I also like eating with my hands, so that's also like fun
Oh,
to
really?
like tear off the bread.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
Get in there.
So
It's
you have
super
some
fun.
pita, so you can tear off.
Love.
This is like steak on rice, really. It's like our kind of riff on that. I think I'm just gonna keep saying riff. but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
like
go for
trying to
it.
make it more white.
Does your dad kind of like react like when whenever you give like a kid like a lime for the first time? Like, does he kind of react like that to food?
He doesn't have extreme reactions. He
Here are
just
your
like,
wings, babe.
He knows what he doesn't like, so he just kind of won't eat it.
Oh,
He's also, bless him, he is like 66 and he did just retire, so he's getting to that like grumpy phase where he's like, no, I'm just not gonna.
Yeah. I got into that phase of like 28, so yeah.
Yeah, I told him when I was 21, I was like, how have you not retired? Because I'm ready.
I was so ready.
How are you not
I'm so
already
ready.
retired?
I was just talking about this with like two of my buddies. We were texting, and I said, they're like, dude, oh, you're going to work out, then you have a show, you have this. Like, what? I was like, yeah, I don't want to do any of that. I want to just eat all day, be on my couch, and do nothing. And just look out the window. And that was COVID, and we need that to happen.
That was so good.
And I whined
Remember
about it. I
COVID?
couldn't go outside.
Yeah, we were like upset, but now, how bad do you want to go back?
Pretty bad.
It's crazy to see how much like the COVID situation improved and destroyed people's lives at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it was like work from home. Nobody, like there was some people that work from home, did like the half and half, but it just proved that offices make 0 sense.
Yeah.
Nobody needs an office. You can just work from home.
I agree.
And Wi-Fi should be, that's a right. Everyone should have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
Everyone should
Give
have
everybody Wi-Fi.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's like, especially if you have like kids or anything, like so much of their like
So much of their
school
learning
stuff
happens
is-
on Wi-Fi
yeah.
now. And when you look things up, like when I was a kid, you had to go to the school library to look almost everything up. There was a few things you could get online,
Yeah.
but it was from books. Like if I was doing a research paper,
It was an
it
actual,
was a
you opened a
book,
book.
yeah. Versus now everything you can get all the papers online, which is really accessible.
I would
and
have,
cool.
I feel like I would have cheated so much if I was a kid now. I'd be the one kid turning in AI.
I wonder.
papers.
They do.
Yeah.
They do that, and they always get caught.
Yeah.
Because they literally leave in the things that are like, as an AI generated computer, and the teachers are like, you moron.
You
like they'll
idiot.
literally circle and go, you didn't even read it. You didn't even read the paper that
That'd
you
be
turned
me.
in, and they get caught.
I got, did you guys have to do AR reading whenever you were in
Oh,
high
yeah.
school?
Oh,
we had to
yeah.
do that, and I found, so it was probably like 2003 or something like that.
Yeah.
Bleep that out so no one knows how old I am.
Everyone can know how old I am. I'm 29 years of age.
You're almost the same age as us.
Yeah.
I'm 31, and Kyle just turned 30.
I just
Oh,
barely
yeah, that's
heard.
super believable. That was so believable.
But I somehow found all the test
I'm gonna
answers.
start hitting a bottle pretty soon. Like, just-
I just don't have I don't have anything that stresses me out to age. Nothing stresses me out.
Wait till we start eating this Puerto Rican food. You're gonna be losing
just
it.
uncanny ability to be racist against my culture.
You're welcome.
Let's start eating before it gets cold, because
All right.
Yes.
Puerto Rican food when it's cold is
Yeah,
not good.
I have to imagine.
Yeah.
I have to take out my Zen. This podcast is brought to you by Zen. You know, me and Tucker Carlson, we just like Zen.
What's Zen?
It's like those little nicotine pouches.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Can you take that out, please?
Yeah.
I got to look up close. I was like, "Are you chewing a paper towel?" And he's
It looks
"No,
like a
it's Zen."
paper towel.
Does it get you more Zen?
Yes.
It centers you.
It gives me nicotine, so it
Yeah,
allows
that's
me
the
to be-
Zen.
That's
It's
my
the
that's where my
addiction.
Zen
Don't you love
comes
your
from.
friends who say I quit smoking, and then they're
And then
just
they-
like hitting the vape
They're
constantly?
chugging on a
That was me.
vape.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, popcorn lung
Yeah.
looking ass bitch. Don't wear like you're worse off. Like,
Dude,
don't.
There was one guy that I met a year ago
Literally
in
worse
California. He's like, "Hey, yeah, I quit drinking. Haven't drank for 7 years." And I was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of stuff on your nose." He's like, "Oh, that's Special K." And I said, "So you just ripped lines of Special K, but you quit drinking? I guess California sober." I was like, "No, that's just another addiction." Like,
California sober is that when you just get way too into weed. Like the K doesn't count, bro.
yeah,
K doesn't count.
K is pretty heavy,
That's
right?
something that's issues.
These are dolmes. They're in a lot of Middle Eastern cultures. They're wrapped in grape leaves.
Yes.
So you
I've
probably
this.
had those before
Super
too.
tasty. I'm getting one.
And then this is what we would, it's monsieur, but this is what we would basically call
Friend.
our version of like tzatziki sauce. Yeah. So you
Yes,
I'll put a little bit
please.
here
Thank
for you.
you.
And you can put it with the meat, with the rice,
I'm
with
putting
whatever.
it with everything.
Yeah.
Get one of these bad boys.
Do you ever get those fantasies where you're like, I'm gonna start growing tomatoes and all these vegetables?
Yeah, thank you. I constantly tell myself I'm gonna do shit like that. Like I'm not depressed.
No,
Dude, there's
I'm fine.
I'm gonna grow an herbal farm. Goes to bed. It's not happening.
there's
6:30 p.m.
Wake up at 9 the next morning.
I don't know. I feel pretty good, I guess.
What year is it?
I forgot what it's called, but there's these like indoor plant things that are very expensive, but you can grow like every strawberry, every type of thing. And they're like every 3 months we send you the seeds and they show you how you save on your they save you how you save on your grocery bill, but it just seems so complicated.
Gardening is complicated, but also not complicated. You just have to be good at it, and I'm not good at it. My dad, green thumb.
Come on.
Can grow anything. John can grow anything.
Let's talk to him about growing some weed then.
Yeah, John, let's get into it. Like now in your retirement, it's time for you to get high.
I had a
plan for
heart-to-heart with my parents, and I was like, y'all can tell me. I know y'all were smoking weed back in the day.
Did they admit to it?
My mom was like, oh, yeah, of course they did. Of course they did.
She's like, we had kids.
I'm her youngest, and I'm an adult.
You
right?
guys drove your mom to just getting high constantly.
She and I believe her. She was like, after the 80s, no more. I was responsible. I had kids. I was in jobs where I would be drug tested. That wasn't gonna be a thing.
It is crazy that every job used to drug test until like 11 years ago.
Right? Like even
Oh yeah, the hair test. Remember the hair test? Everyone was freaked out.
I was like, I'm gonna shave my head.
scary.
I was like, if you look like me, you cannot shave your head.
I remember the first time I had to take a drug test. I had never touched anything outside of alcohol in my life, and I still was terrified it was gonna come back positive. I was like
secondhand because of your friends or something.
I don't know. I was crazy. I was like 21-ish and was like, oh my God, it's going to come back positive. I've never even smoked weed in my whole life. It's going to come back positive. Of course it didn't, and I got the job. But I asked my dad, and he goes, no, I didn't. I just didn't have an interest in it. I was like, you know what? That tracks, John.
John does not, but Mom did.
Mom did, yeah.
Okay. And how many siblings do you have?
2. Older siblings.
Brothers or?
2 sisters.
2 sisters.
I'm the youngest of 3 girls.
John's a girl dad too.
Best girl dad. Best girl dad.
Did you just say that tasted weird? You don't like it?
No.
Because you know where the door is.
I put all my food on my fork at one time and then took a small bite.
Oh.
It didn't make any sense.
I do that drunk all the time.
Yeah. Well, I always want to have a good mix of stuff. And so, like, every time I prepare a bite, but I kept choking on things, so I have to, like, not take huge bites.
Oh, yeah, the hot dog.
Yeah.
It was at Costco.
Are you not chewing?
No, it was my.
He had to go to the doctor.
There was like a thing.
He got a wiener stuck in his throat.
Like
Bezor or something
like acid reflux stuff was like making my throat swell up.
Tell her the
And then
truth.
It was really.
You didn't eat all day. You went grocery and the Costco hot dogs that are this long. He tried to take it down with 3 bites because his
I was
parking
trying
was
to
almost
impress
up.
this guy.
Leave that for the experts, okay? Yeah.
And then you had to go to the doctor, right?
You've seen too many OnlyFans videos. You need to relax on that.
Dude, what did the doctor say? Like, was there a wiener and you're stuck in your throat?
No, I got it out. I got the wiener out of my throat.
So the doctor just said,
God.
The doctor said you have trauma?
Well, no. He was like, you need to take smaller bites. And I was like, right, I'm aware of that. But I was like, this has happened 7 times in the last year and a half.
Was there pain in your throat or what was it?
Yeah, my throat was like closing up.
Both sides?
Like the whole
Shoot.
Do you have like severe acid reflux?
Yeah. I think I might have ruined some of my esophagus with some of that second semester, 7th grade drinking.
Really? It's not the Zen.
It's not the Zen. Can't be the Zen.
Can't be the Zen.
Can't be the Zen.
Zen helps you a lot.
Zen helps you. It finds your peace. Zen. Available at any Walgreens.
Zen. It'll definitely give you cancer.
Zen. If you don't want lung cancer, take mouth cancer. Zen.
Or throat cancer. Let's just throw it all in. My God. No.
So you're not on OnlyFans.
No, I don't have an OnlyFans. Who would want that?
Erin, what do you think of that platform?
Oh, I use it.
Really?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of artists that use it they're not sex workers.
Yes. But
And
I
it
guess you
works?
kind of are. Yeah.
Does it work because you were able to just send everyone from your original platform? Like, tell us about it.
So it's mostly like, it's mostly crossover from TikTok or a little bit of Instagram. It's all crossover fans, but it's a better way to make money because TikTok and Instagram, once my Instagram started doing better recently, they stopped paying me. What? Because I was getting like 10 million views on videos, so they just stopped. They took me out of the bonus program because they didn't want to pay me.
What?
That feels illegal.
Zucky? What's up with that?
Pay up,
Yeah,
Zucky.
Zucky.
You're rolling around the mat doing jiu-jitsu tournaments like starving artists here.
That guy's
Clearly,
just putting
look at me.
sunscreen on his face.
I'm so starving. This is how I have to eat. Okay, like I haven't had a meal in 3 weeks. This is my first time eating. It's oh, that steak's really good.
Yeah.
This is good. I like this. This is good.
It is.
Do you see your
interesting,
wings? They're almost falling off the table.
No. Should I duct tape him to the table?
No.
though. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Open it up.
Let those intrusive thoughts win.
So you start. So when did you start doing like videos and stuff like that?
Oh.
Oh, sorry, you have food in your mouth. Go ahead.
I actually got TikTok in 2018 because a friend of mine, who I'm still friends with, was like, hey, get TikTok. Let's do these funny duets together, right?
Okay.
And I was like, I don't really want to get this, but sure, let's do it. It was fun, right? So I started doing just duets with him and then just kind of whatever I wanted. I kind of used it as like a ranty diary for a while and then some like fun facts because I just know a lot of weird shit. So I was like, here's all my fun facts for everybody. Have fun with that. And that started doing well. And then I think by January of 2020, I had made like 60,000 followers, which was a huge deal to me. I was like, that's crazy. I never thought I could grow a platform anywhere.
That is a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
We're impressed.
We're impressed.
It is like, especially like for me, I was like, I was starting to get a little nervous. I was like, that's a lot of eyes seeing you do weird shit. Did stop me though.
Did it make you want to stop?
No. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
It was fun because like, I don't know. I'm an attention whore, so that was super cool.
Okay,
to
same.
like have attention, and I'd wanted to do internet entertainment since I was like 19. That's something I wanted to get into, and I actually started by making a YouTube channel about beauty because that's what I thought I wanted to do.
Okay.
Didn't want to do that.
Did anybody watch it?
Yeah, I had a couple videos hit like 20,000 views, 50,000 views, but nothing ever like stuck. And I wasn't motivated. I was like, this isn't my thing. So I switched. I was like, I'm just done. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm going to focus.
Was it
on
like
working.
makeup tutorials?
Yeah, it was like makeup tutorials, makeup reviews, like stuff like that. And it was fun. It's super hidden now. No one's ever going to find it. All those videos are like off, like they're all private now, or not even unlisted, just literally private because they're so embarrassing to look at now. I had like blonde, long hair and was probably about 60 pounds heavier. So it's kind of hard to go back and watch them. I'm like, damn girl, you were not happy. But in 2020,
I have so many videos like that.
the nice thing is now you can just make them private. In 2020, I started getting into like drag king stuff. Because that's what I wanted to do a little bit. I was like dabbling in it.
So the drag means you dress as a guy?
Yeah, I was doing drag king stuff. So I would like.
It's called. I never knew drag.
I didn't know that.
I never knew there was drag kings. I only knew about drag queens.
Yeah, there's like a pretty healthy community of drag kings in Chicago. They just don't get as much promotion as drag queens do because drag queens are a little bit more mainstream.
Okay.
Now, but I was like super interested in it, so I was doing some like makeup, kind of like walking people through me introducing myself to this community and like this way of doing makeup and just kind of like having fun and doing my thing. And I decided one day I had these like leftover gems from something. And I was like, what if I made like a gem beard? Wouldn't that be cool? So I did a video like that and someone was like, please stick them all over your face. Please,
the beard?
The gems. They were like put the gems all over your whole face. And I was like, it was the pandemic at this point. So I was like, okay, I got time. I don't have to go to work. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I did it and that literally took off from there. I had people buying me stuff from my Amazon list to like stick to my face, like glue to my face, like googly eyes.
What's the weirdest thing?
Probably ducks, like little rubber ducks.
They said like put them in your mouth, or what did they have you do?
Just like glue them on my face.
So
just
you had
literally
like
spirit gum and then just glue them on my face and see how many I could get on my
and
face.
this is like peak pandemic.
Yeah.
Like everyone's wearing N95 masks in their car. Like the streets are dead.
I was just
That's
in
so
my
funny.
I was just in my parents' house.
missed it.
Someone calls you just to check in and make sure you're doing okay, and you're like, "Well, I currently have googly eyes."
Yeah. And I was living,
Taped to my
with
head.
my parents. I was still living in North Carolina with my parents.
Honey, come up for the.
So when they like come downstairs and see you with ducks all over your face, and there's like that one camera thing. What's that?
The ring light?
Yeah, the ring light.
I didn't use my ring light for
You just use your
TikTok.
phone like this?
I would always do it in the bathroom. So
Okay.
I would put it on the windowsill in the upstairs bathroom and then would like hit record. And that's how I made my first couple of TikTok videos.
And you'd edited everything yourself. How'd you learn how? You just
I was just
Just
doing,
repetition?
I was just doing stuff. Everyone's like, how did it happen? I'm like, oh.
That's so crazy. Whenever
fucking know.
if you told that story to like any of my aunts that try to give me advice on what I should do, they'd be like, "I told you." Dude,
You
Still,
should have
one
been sticking ducks to your face.
yeah. One time my aunt was like, "Have you ever heard of YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Have you ever heard of YouTube?
Like, I
no,
think you
you
should-
tell me about that.
I think you should put stuff on there. And I was like, "Thank you. That's
Are you
really
sure?
good
Maybe
advice."
maybe I should. I don't know.
my dad watches our stuff, and then he'll call me. He'll be like, "Hey, I watched everything on YouTube. You need to get some more exposures." And I'm like, "Exposures?" He's like, "Yeah, more people watching." He's like, "So you should work on that." And I was like, "Yeah, let me just get to
That's
work
the
on
goal.
that."
You're right.
Like,
That's why they have bots. You're right. I should just go buy a bunch of bots.
do you remember like when we started comedy? When like you'd go to home for Thanksgiving, and everybody like, "Well, have you tried SNL?"
My aunt literally said that to me. She goes, Kyle, I like very sincerely was like, Kyle, I think if you just called them, they would help you out.
And I was like, "Do you think that's what's holding me back?"
My mom offered to call Jimmy Fallon. I was like, "I didn't know you had his number."
That is
She's
so
like, "I'm gonna talk to
sincere.
him."
That's so genuine and sincere. It's like crazy but very wholesome. Why don't you just do this? It's like, oh, I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Have
do
you ever
that.
tried just being successful?
Every goddamn day of my life?
It's not. It's like SNL is like American Idol. It's like just go online. We'll drop you off.
Did you guys? Speaking of, did you guys see that video that kind of did break the internet for a little bit of a guy who did this SNL audition on
Yes.
TikTok where
Where
he
he's like-
sang?
he's doing
like,
the-
I want to be your next guy on SNL, and everyone was like, "What an annoying fuck!" And was he annoying? Yes, but that was smart because then everyone was talking about him.
Yeah, they hated him, but it was like
Ah.
all you're looking for is view. All they want
All
is
they
like
want is
people
views.
to watch.
All they want is views. Like,
Good press. Any press is good.
Did he have a good
No.
voice?
He was very bad.
I mean, it was.
So it was like
you
the
know,
world's
he
worst audition for SNL.
Let's
was
not.
just-
I don't want to rag too much on SNL, but it definitely matched the quality of what SNL was doing at the time.
Don't
So,
say that to
like,
Austin.
he,
Don't say that to
he
Austin.
fit in. He fit in.
Austin's like Mr. SNL.
yeah.
I
Sits at
used
home,
to.
slaps
I
his slinky to
really,
it.
really. I still think they have some really good stuff, but I'm like not watching it anymore.
We have like friends on it, and I still don't watch it.
Go butcher
I have like multiple friends on it, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, anyway.
maybe I'll watch the clip sometime.
I mean, I don't really have room to talk. Like, we have hundreds of views, and like they're on SNL, so I'm just like, whatever. Like, that's awesome to be at the 30 Rock building.
Oh yeah, I mean like. No hate to anybody's game. It's working,
No.
right?
It's got to be so hard though, because you have 5 to 6 days. Everything has to be brand new. Like, we're telling the same jokes for 10 years, the same dick jokes, and everything's got to be brand new.
It's
and
tough.
then you have to. So if
And
they have
it's
one
wild.
or two sketches that hits it,
I
I'm
don't
just
envy
like,
the
yeah.
position that they're in.
No,
I
it's
do
high
not envy the
stress.
position that they're in. I do think that like comedy is weirdly shifting, like away from things like SNL and going into the obscurity and like the weird, because that's what hits it on like social media now.
TikTok
Any social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube,
being weird.
I agree. I think.
being obscure.
So if I'm like looking out my window, I've been doing comedy for 5 years, and I just turned 27, which for us was actually a few years ago.
Yeah,
And
we definitely have not been doing.
what
comedy
kind of
for
advice would you
13
give
years.
to like the obscure, the people who are like, my stuff's not hitting, or like her stuff's not hitting? What do you do?
So
Yeah, and let's say maybe we're asking specifically if you have a podcast with your friend.
Yeah, so
And you've been doing it
Are
for a
you
year.
interested in being our third host?
the thing that's really hard about social media, because face-to-face comedy is the immediate reaction, so you can immediately see what is working. The problem with social media is sometimes you have this thing that a lot of people call like late release. So you'll upload something and it looks like it's doing like shit. Just hang on. because in 2 days it could explode. So sometimes things just take a while to like gestate or be through the algorithm, or the right person sees it, or the right couple of people see it and they start liking it and they start sharing it. That's like a late release.
That's like our career. It's been a late release so far.
It's been no release. My career is blue balled.
I actually would like to release myself.
But it's hard
There's a
because
bathroom for
it's chance. It's chance.
Yeah.
You have to hit the right thing at the right time with social media, and there's no guarantee. Even if you have like a huge following, I post videos all the time that don't do anywhere near as good as I thought they were going to do.
As well as you've done, I mean, it's impressive because you have over 3 million followers on TikTok. You have this platform, all this stuff. I know you don't think, I mean, you know that it's a big deal, but I know you're not like one of those people. I could just tell from getting to know you.
Oh my God,
that,
no,
like,
I'm not like,
yeah, you're like, whatever.
Do you know who
I still have my
am?
day job. I still do my stuff. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. This is a blessing. Have you met other TikTokers or people? Like, are you in this world now where like the big influencers, you guys are all friends? Is there a gang that you join? Like, how does it work?
Like a few people, mostly people that I just am interested in building like a genuine friendship or relationship with. So I've like traveled. There's Lacey Evans, Farmer Lacey is her TikTok. She is a farmer, and she and I are friends. And I go to her ranch and I'll hang out with her.
You're a farmer.
No.
And but it's like farmer in the way that her livestock are like her pets. So she's just taking care of them. So it's not like an active farm. They just have these cows from like leftover shows, like they were show cows.
Yeah.
So she's raised them since they were like calves. So those are her pets. But now she just has all these. She wants to like open a cow sanctuary.
And so, how do you and Farmer Lacey hook up?
I either go to Ohio or she comes to Chicago. And
Really?
Yeah.
She's
we
not
just
the one
hang
that
out.
has like the ostrich that jumps in front of the camera.
No, different person.
Man, that
No ostriches on her farm. Though that was
really
gold.
funny.
That's TikTok.
That was really
gold.
funny.
Like things like that, the
Yeah.
unexpected, the weird, the why. That's it. You got to do the huh? Why are you doing that?
So, like, Lacey's one of your friends. So it's not like you're in this world where you're like,
No,
you're
I'm
like
not
I want to
like-
go to the conference, the TikTok Comic-Con. You're just like, no, I'm.
I've been invited to Coachella. I would never go.
Really?
Never go to Coachella.
It doesn't look like it'd be my
It's
thing.
lame. It looks so lame. And they're like, well, we'll pay you. And I was like, you couldn't pay me enough. I'm not
What
going.
would be enough though?
Like 10,000. They
Oh,
paid me
okay.
10, I would go.
They paid you $10,000. You're like, fine.
And
I'll go.
paid for my room and board and paid for my travel. That's
And
it.
your food. Apparently, the food there is really expensive.
I wouldn't mind because I would never eat the food at a festival. I would just leave.
Come on.
I would
Have you been to
never leave.
Lollapalooza?
No, I don't do a lot of festivals. I do Riot Fest, but I don't do a lot of. It's too much for me.
But like,
I also get heat stroke really easily. So.
Yeah, that's
oh my God, I can't imagine going to a festival with the two of you. Between his throat closing up, your heat stroke, I'd be on the phone with John, I'd be talking to your mom.
You'd be putting
I'd be
sunscreen on me
spraying
while
cologne
you're
in his
doing
mouth,
that.
be like trying to resuscitate him.
Wake up. Yeah, it's no, I just don't really.
Country music
It's okay.
is okay.
I like folk music more than like pop country.
Lumineers,
Yeah, I like the Lumineers.
they make fun of me. They make fun of me because I get on like one band and I listen to like all their songs. I love them.
I do that too, so it's fun.
Taylor,
Swift. She's okay. I'm not a Swiftie.
you're not a Swiftie.
No, but she's fine. I'll listen to Tay Tay. If she's on the radio, I'm not turning her off. You know, like, I'm like, all right, I'm really Taylor.
Can I say something? And
No.
I know
We might have to
that
bleep
you're
it out if
strong.
it's gonna be. If you're gonna attack Tay Tay, the fans are
Don't
gonna come
attack
for us.
Tay
I know.
Tay.
I really don't get it at all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin the
You're
podcast,
like
but
not
they're
her
gonna come for
demographic,
us.
so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I just feel bad because everyone else even my friends though, like my male friends are like, dude, I love Taylor Swift, and I'm like,
I'm happy for them because like
Yeah.
they're unashamed to admit the things that they like, and that's hard sometimes.
I'm unashamed. I'm
always
lots of
ashamed.
stuff that sucks, but
I never feel good about anything. Hate everything about myself.
I don't feel good.
I feel
about
so
it.
good after 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you get 3 in me. I'm like king of the fucking world. Everybody
Right?
loves me.
You get 5 in me and I'm alone and I'm like, this is an awesome party.
And then it's 7 where it starts to turn sad.
Yeah. Then around 8, I'm on every food app. Like, what am I gonna get?
Oh god, I have to limit myself now because there's like that threshold where you just don't stop. and it's like 5. I could do 5, and then if I do the 6th, we're going to 12. Like, I don't play around. Like,
I know.
it's
It's a
scary.
problem.
I'm like, 5 is. We're doing
Same with
5
me
and
for
we're
pizza.
done.
The pizza squares. It's like you've had 4, but you can easily go to 8. But then when you get to 13, you're gonna get sick.
It's a problem.
I do how many ever
It's a
fit on a
problem.
plate like this. That's what I start with.
Oh, that's your new thing. Like
Yeah.
you're the
I take it
plating,
off there and
the
I put it on a
psychology.
plate and I'm like,
Portion control queen
I'm like,
over
as
here.
long as
I'm like,
Watch out for
like,
the
Drag
first
King.
vlog.
Drag King Kyle, Portion Control King. That should be your TikTok.
that is.
Portion Control King.
Yeah, I feel like if I only have a plate of pizza, that's not that bad.
I guess it depends on.
That's a pretty
You
big
can stack
plate.
on top of a plate.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to cheat with that method. Like,
It's not foolproof.
Oh, that is a good point. Like if so we
you
go
could
to a buffet.
just the plate, and you have like 10 pizzas.
Yeah. Thank you.
That'd be a great competition. Like the 3 of us go to a buffet, but you get 1 plate, and it's whoever can stack the most as you're walking back to your seat. And it's in front of everybody, like in the dining hall, so they're watching you do it.
What buffet has a dining hall?
Well, I meant like the buffet hall.
Like a golden.
Oh.
They all have a dining hall. That's what they are.
I thought that was like a college thing.
No,
I didn't go to.
you know what they're called in restaurants, right? The,
No.
the dining room.
Oh
Yeah. I thought you worked in restaurants.
Clearly didn't pick anything up.
Kind of in one ear, out the other, you know.
Worst
Like, what you guys are
customer
talking about.
you've ever had.
There was one guy, and it's always New Yorkers. No offense, New York, but like, goddamn, your people suck.
Fuck New York.
You smell bad.
New Jersey's nicer.
New Jersey smells better, and that's
I
saying
like
something.
Boston more.
Oh, I love Boston way more than New York. It was like it was like 9 of them, right? And they're all in like business attire. So I'm like, all right, there could be some money here, but if they're not drinking, if it's just food, it's kind of a wash.
Okay.
Walk up to the table. Every server has their spiel. Just let us fucking say it. I can't stand when people cut me off. And I'm like, hey guys, how are we doing tonight? Well, what's your name? I'm like, oh my fucking God. Can I have 2 seconds to tell you what my name is? I'm like, yep, that was the next thing out of my mouth, buddy. And it's Erin. What's yours? Because anytime anyone does that, I'm like, I'm getting your name and I'm referring to you by your name the whole night. Well, it's Adam. I'm like, all right, well, Adam, I'm going to take care of you guys tonight. And so he just keeps going. He's like, well, I'm from New York. And I said, well, I'm from North Carolina, and you're my house, so you got to slow down, babe. He's like, you got to relax, babe. Anyone who interrupts me, hate, can't do it. Like, I get it. You think that I'm in a lower position than you. I'm literally carrying your food to you. So,
Yeah.
like, think twice.
I could just lick this plate.
Think twice. And your drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I could go to the bartender and go, make it suck.
Yeah. I could scratch my butt at any time.
And you'd never know.
You really wouldn't.
Go to
You
the
wonder
bar.
how many times, like.
I want to say this right now. I have never, ever physically tampered with anyone's
Can you
food.
look into the camera?
I have never tampered with anyone's food. I mean that. But I have had bartenders, I've been like, make it weak. Just make it weak. Like for their drinks. And
Yeah.
I'll order drinks. And I was like, position 9, make his drink weak.
When we go out to drink, can you tell the bartenders that? Make it weak so I can get less drunk. Just get the placebo.
I'm king of the world. He's only on like drink 1,
Yeah.
technically.
I mean, that is like
getting half
when you
half
first
shots.
start drinking, you don't know how it works, so you are like, I think I'm drunk, and then you're like, nope, I'm fine.
There's just that moment where everything's fine, and then it's like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
I don't get super bad people. Thankfully. Say Hail Mary, knock on wood. But like, I don't.
Getting so religious. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm Irish. I was raised Catholic. I was either going to be Catholic or Protestant. There is the old kind of pejorative saying of like stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. It's about being Irish Catholic because the masses were said in Latin for so long that no one knew what was going on. So everyone was just, they knew the cues of like when to stand up, sit down. So stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight is like a very pejorative thing to say, but I think it's hilarious. Like,
that's what it feels like.
like we to this day, like my dad is from Ireland as well, and like it's none of the family is Irish Catholic anymore. None of the family is Catholic. Actually, half of them are Buddhist now. So like
Zen.
Wow.
Zen.
Irish Buddhist. Yeah. Irish
Sponsored by
Buddhist
Zen. Go be Buddhist. So it's just kind of funny to see a lot of Irish people kind of migrate away from Catholicism in like my generation.
Why,
and beyond.
has the Catholic Church done anything that could make people?
Yeah, what is it about the Catholic Church that gets such a
been up
bad
to
rap?
Some weird stuff.
Pivot.
Weird, wild stuff.
No, but that's
Unfortunately, man runs the church and not God. So,
Yeah.
but I'm more spiritual. I don't really follow anything.
I think that like this generation of us, like 28 to 33,
Yeah.
they are more they are more inclined to not
Thanks
be
for giving
religious.
me my office moment. Thank you.
I'm looking at the camera, Jim.
They're way more secular. Even in Iran, with all the stuff was going on, like everyone's like, we don't want this religion.
Yeah.
Like we want like to be westernized. You have to have freedom, be spiritual. Everyone like, I think religion's gonna die.
That would be good.
It's one of those things where like religion definitely served a purpose of like community and bringing people together and creating rules because everything needs rules, like laws are important. It doesn't serve the same purpose because people make their communities elsewhere now. People aren't making their communities in a church.
Yeah, CrossFit, pickleball.
The gym is my church.
No, but
The amount of dudes that probably say that.
I probably
It's
saw
like-
it today on
it's
Instagram.
like-
they say The Office. They say another day in the office, and it's just like them doing calf raises.
It's like the same mentality of like people go, shopping is my therapy.
Oh God, which is terrible therapy.
Yeah, and it's like, well,
Financial
get a
debt
refund
is
on
my
that copay.
therapy.
Yeah.
I love owing $100,000. Terrible.
Pay up, Zucky.
Yeah, where's my money?
yeah, Zucky. I can't believe the bonuses got taken away.
Yeah.
So OnlyFans is because people can pay a monthly to see you, right?
I do like pay-per-view stuff. So I don't do a monthly thing because I like to take breaks because I have a life. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Sure.
And the messages can be really overwhelming. So if you like, I do a lot of stuff just in messages, like pay-per-view content. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to take a 5-month break after I made 10K and like be done
Awesome.
for like 5 months. And then it all goes in savings. Damn. They tax the shit out of you.
Yeah, they really do.
It's awful. My taxes were crazy this year.
Really? Do you ever go to count it?
You're looking at her. It's me. I do all of
I
it.
don't touch any of my own. I just hand it to him. Like this guy that makes
do all
fun
of
of. He's
it.
like, "Why do you bring me your mail?" I was like, "I don't know. I thought it was important." He's like, "No,
Is
it's
this
junk
not?
mail."
Is this not my I-9? What is this?
I show up to my account.
This
with
is a
just like
credit card offer.
a book bag full of papers.
Dude,
and
that's
I'm like,
literally, dude, I do the same
make
thing.
it make sense. And he's like, "You're fucked again."
I do the same
You're
thing. It's like a
fucked.
rubber band of just like these crumbled receipts. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I thought I need this for receipts to like to write." And
It's digital.
He's like, "Yeah." He's
Yeah.
like, "Do you not read my emails?" I was like,
No, they're really long, man.
They're updates from like your accounting firm. Like
Yeah.
it's like your picture. Like I'm like, what are you trying to sell me? Like, I don't care. Why is your dog and kids in the photo? Like just make sure my taxes
just
are
to
okay.
make them human. I love when you get the like the Christmas card from like the banker or something with
Or the real estate
and
agent.
it's like, hey, the happy like Merry Christmas. I'm like, I haven't talked to you in 3 years. Why did you send this? I'm not buying a new house. Leave me alone.
You got to start giving them other people's addresses because you'll get that text where people are like, "Hey, I'm trying to update my address book." It's
Yeah.
like we haven't talked since high school. Like,
Yeah.
here's
It
an
sounds
update.
like it's updated.
Update my address book?
Yeah.
Are people sending you those text messages?
Yes.
What 28-year-olds are sending you those text messages?
We're about to have our 10-year high school reunion. I'm
Yeah.
one of the planners on it.
It would be so funny to show up to
Terrible,
a
terrible,
10-year high school reunion.
Guys, what do you think of the Persian food?
I think it's pretty good.
Super
I was
tasty.
scared of this thing.
I do really like it. I want
The
to.
dolman? No, come on. You'll eat anything on the pod. You're not
What
going
is
to have
this?
that.
It's so good.
It's like with rice and stuff. It's an empanada.
Is it hot or is it cold?
Warm now.
yeah, it's probably on the verge of.
too wet.
Holy shit,
You know, come on.
baby.
Good girl.
Oh. Oh, why is it not stuck to the roof of my mouth?
I think your
don't like
esophagus is
this one.
kicking in.
That one's bad. Let's do chicken wings again. Do you guys want some chicken wings?
No, those are all for you.
No, I'm not eating all these.
Dude, last time you had Burger King.
A long time. It's actually, I am not even embarrassed to say it's had to be.
I don't think because it has to be within a year. I eat fast food like crazy.
So you love fast food.
I don't love it. I just work in the service industry, so the thought of cooking is nauseating.
Yeah,
that's true.
I love to cook.
You do?
Yeah.
What's your
I
favorite
grew
thing?
up in like, oh man, anything like I literally my like 13, I think I was like 13, 14 for Christmas. I got a wok because I asked for a wok and like cooking utensils because I love making like Asian style food.
No way.
Yeah, and so I would make I would make meals for my family because we like my parents work, so like we cooked. We were home. Damn. So we would trade responsibility on who cooked. And
that
then
is so much more responsible than I was as a kid. I would have been like, guess who's having microwaved hot dogs?
The whole family.
Yeah.
And then you would have choked on them.
Yeah. I'm just trying to I just wanted a hug. That's why I choked.
I liked making egg rolls. Egg rolls was fun.
That's
like
gotta be hard. You can make egg rolls from scratch?
Yeah, it's really not hard because you can buy the paper now. You can buy the paper.
Really?
It's like pre-made for you, yeah. And then you just make the innards for it and you roll it up and then you fry it. The scariest part's frying.
Okay.
I'll spit back at you, but yeah.
Do you wear goggles?
No. I had to be tougher than that. My dad made fun of me when I winced one time. He's like, doesn't hurt that bad. He's like, I put my hand in there. He's like, you're fine. I was like, all right, I'm fine. I'm fine. He's like, none of my girls are going to be babies about anything. You're fine. Don't cry. He's like, a little grease. I had my arm ripped out of my socket. You're fine. That is true. He has had his arm ripped out of his socket.
Your dad is a jiu-jitsu?
No, he's a factory worker, which is basically the same thing. He was fixing a machine. I've worked with him. I've been a weaver in textiles before, so he works in textiles. Used to. He's retired now. But he was fixing a machine. He had his arm in the machine and had it unplugged for lockout tagout, which is just a safety precaution. And someone plugged the machine back in.
Oh
no!
And it like pulled. Thankfully, he didn't lose the arm, and he didn't lose like any like. It still functions. He still feels everything. Obviously, later in life, he's had issues with it. But yeah, it like pulled his arm out, and he was like screamed. So the guy like pulled it out. But
it was that guy in the line that was always pissed because her dad would come in on time,
yeah,
work hard, and he was the guy taking like 7 cigarette and Zen breaks.
You don't need a break for Zen. That's why it's so great.
You
can work the line while it's in your mouth.
You can get your addiction in while you're doing dangerous shit with machinery.
Exactly.
But yeah, so he just tough as nails. I also have a shoulder injury. He would just pop my shoulder back in. It comes out sometimes.
I have a shoulder injury right now.
You do? Mm-hmm. What's it from?
Is it from the hot
basketball? I tried to play basketball. I made it 3 weeks and I got hurt so bad.
Once you hit 28, like you should not be playing like full court basketball.
It's fun. I just got to where I can lift my shoulder up.
Like dude.
It's been a month.
I
think you might have a real injury.
I think I actually fucked up my rotator cuff.
Oh, that's worse.
Are you gonna go to the doctor?
They say don't go to the doctor for 4 to 6 weeks to see if it heals because there's not that.
Oh
much
yeah.
Sometimes it does self-heal. That's the injury that my dad got after. It was on his rotator cuff.
Yeah.
He waited a lot longer than 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
He's Irish.
I'm at like 4.5 now.
That's very true.
And that's a very Irish part of me too. I'm
fine.
I'm not gonna see what a doctor
literally was
wants to
walking
tell
around
me.
working this labor job with my dad, lifting like 300-pound rolls of fabric. And I was like, you know what? For like 2 weeks, I can't like breathe right. And it hurts and my shoulder hurts. And he's like, all right, well, come here. And he's like, oh yeah, it's out. He's like, you just kind of have it out a little bit. So he's like, all right, lay down. We'll go pop it back in. And he did.
Damn.
Dude, I grew up.
He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, because I have become such a pussy because of my upbringing, and I grew up in a household where if you had a paper cut, they had a friend who was a Persian doctor.
Yeah.
Like no one goes to the doctor in their adult life at the age of 32 more than me. Like I go so often because I was just raised like that. Like they're like, oh, and like I came home from wrestling practice. And I remember having like a cut under my eye because I got a knee to the face. And my mom's like, don't touch it. We're going to the plastic surgeon. I'm like, the what? Plastic surgeon?
Plastic surgeon?
Yeah, that was my first nose job.
You got a nose job?
Well, I've had a nose job. I've had my,
Is this real?
I've had my breast brought in.
I knew that.
I didn't know you got your nose out.
No, I never had a nose job. It's a pretty bad one if I had one. No,
warranty?
We had to show up and this guy was like in his office and he's like, it's one of their friends. So like he was like in his office, like, let me take a look. And he just looks and he looks at everything. He's like, and he puts like Neosporin on it. And he's like, we're not going to touch it now. But that was
That's
what
so
it was.
Funny.
You paid.
Like if you were my roommate, we should be roommates. I would take you to the hospital all the time.
I need you to hook
That's
me up with a
crazy.
Persian doctor.
Whatever you want. Like to date?
No.
I was like, which kind?
Yeah.
Which kind
Just
of
look
hook
at
up?
me and be like, I have a lot of stuff.
If you want someone to just look at you and pass judgment, I got you. Don't worry. You don't need to call a doctor for that.
So I like sometimes won't go so long that I have like a list, and then I'm like, I don't want to go in there with a list, and then I'm like, I'll just wait till
They
some
love
of
it when
this
you
stuff-
have lists.
Yeah. Because they just
love
keep
it.
charging your insurance.
I'm like,
They love when you have lists because
20
then they're
things wrong. With
people. Some people they're like, well, something's wrong, but I don't know what it is, and then they go and they're like, hurting. And they're like, well, fucking where? Like, where does it hurt? Like,
Yeah.
they love lists. Give
Okay.
them a list.
All right, maybe I'm back in on doctors.
It's like a car. Like you go in there, you're like,
Yeah,
can you check
hey,
this.
Doing
Yeah.
this.
The more you
Is
like
that bad?
view your body as like the flesh vessel that gets you around, the easier it is to like.
But there are bad doctors, obviously.
course there's bad
Yeah, I feel like they're mean.
I used to go to this guy that
You little rude boys.
I've had a really rude doctor in the past. It was my mom's physician, and that's the only reason I went to him because I had a back injury from the same job. And he was like, doesn't say anything else to me. He goes, did you know you're obese? And he was bigger than I was. And I was like, have you looked in a mirror? Because you're fatter than I am, and I came here for something else. So I would prefer if you don't speak to me about that, so you can just address my concerns.
That's how they talk, though. It's fucked up.
And this was years ago.
I love her tenacity.
That was
looked
years
in a
ago. I think I
mirror.
was 20.
She was 12.
I think I was like 23, 24 when that happened. Because I was like,
Damn.
and you take care of my mom? And I went home and I was like, don't go to that asshole again.
How did your mom take it?
She was very shocked. She was very shocked. She was like, he was such a nice man. I was like, to skinny people. You get a little bit of weight on you and he's
He's a little.
a
Where
little bit of a
do
dick.
you guys think he is now? Heart attack? Heart attack, dead for sure.
Dead.
Dead.
I hope he gets everything he wants in life and I never have to hear anything about it.
Can we call his office?
Yeah.
I don't remember where it is.
Let's all
I don't
schedule
remember my doctor's
appointments
office.
and then cancel.
Dude.
No.
That'll
call, no
really show him.
Yeah, I'm calling for that Dr. Obese. Is he around?
It was honestly so shocking that when I did leave, I was like, if you guys don't give me a female doctor next time I come here, I'm not coming back.
I started going to female doctors because I thought male doctors were too mean.
They are mean.
They are.
They're
and
really
at least
mean.
like women have some sense of like compassion.
Well, there's a lot of
I agree. I would just go to women doctors because women do everything better.
Yeah.
It's just like if you're going to go to a doctor, it's like might as well go to a female.
well, it's like you have to prove yourself so much more when you're a woman in that kind of environment because it's still a male-dominated industry. So if the male doctor's doing okay, you have to be doing amazing just to be viewed in the same way.
Yeah,
That's kind of how it is for like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
everything.
As a woman, it's been hard for me.
Yeah. That's why you got the breast reduction, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Take that shirt down, bud.
Very relatable. Been
Yeah.
considering it myself. I get it. Yeah. It's a tough decision to go under the knife like that.
See? Drag King.
If you had to get one surgery, what would you get?
I would get a hair surgery where my hairline comes down to here.
That would be.
And then I would dye my hair jet black.
You would look so funny if you had.
And I would
Right
tell
here.
everyone it's my 10-year high school reunion.
Well, he's already doing one of those things.
Your
so
hairline just sits on your eyebrows. Yeah.
What's your go-to fast food?
Does Popeyes count as fast food?
yes.
Yes.
And Popeyes.
I kind of have to agree with Popeyes.
Yeah.
Really?
If we were in the South, I would say Bojangles or Cookout. But we're not there.
What about Raising Cane's? Is it as good as everybody says?
Cane's, you know what it is? The good thing about Cane's is the sauce. So the chicken is just a way to get the sauce into your mouth. I'm being so
Yeah.
But
I
Chick-fil-A
believe
has
it.
a lot of sauces too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just won't eat at Chick-fil-A anymore, which is a shame because their chicken's really good.
I just started.
I think it's
eating there.
overrated. I would rather have McDonald's McChicken.
You've said that before, and every
haven't-
time I'm stunned. by
I have
it.
not eaten Chick-fil-A.
I keep thinking you'll have a better opinion eventually.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a decade.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm queer and they're homophobic. So why would I eat there?
Kristen started going there until they said that.
I get the vibe.
Yeah. And I was like, you really shouldn't do that.
It's like, anyways, it's been nice to have you on this podcast. Get the fuck out of my house, homo. Like,
that's what he said.
I heard him. He said it right now.
He said it with his eyebrows.
With his hairline down here, his eyebrows do all the talking. Chick-fil-A does the Chick-fil-A. They open one in Wrigley. They do a free chicken sandwich every time the Cubs win. So like almost never.
Yeah, and, so 6 times a year.
Dude, my team. Like
they're actually, you know what? They're doing pretty good this year. I have to knock on wood because man, as soon as you say
they
it,
will
they
break
suck.
your heart.
Yeah,
they will break.
They always break your heart. That's why I just don't watch the marquee when they play.
2008 season was. I just remember being like, well, I was 15 and I had no money. And I was constantly buying tickets, whatever we could, every single game.
Dude, I wonder if you ever bought a ticket off of me. Because in 2018 or 2008, I was my first year in the city and I didn't have a job and I didn't finish school or anything. So I was scalping tickets.
Dude, it's very possible.
That was my
The
job.
lowest of the low. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
wild,
scalping
dude.
tickets, that's like,
It was pretty fun.
I feel bad.
How'd you do when you did it?
Pretty good.
Did you ever get in trouble? Were the cops ever like, you gotta stop?
No.
Yeah,
We
there
had
was
like a...
They kind of leaves. There's still scalpers now. They kind of leave them alone.
But the reason they should do something about them is because a lot of those guys are selling fake tickets.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
it's bad.
but at this point, like if you're an adult and you drove with your kids and like you just, but if you're in a pinch maybe and like the kids, you're with your 13-year-old and your 16-year-old, 13-year-old's having a hard day. I don't know. Like but when you buy those tickets and then it's fake, like you go up there and that's got to be so heart-wrenching.
Oh, it has to be like heartbreaking. I don't know. He's having a moment with his water. It has to suck. And people really just ignore the scalpers now from what I see.
Yeah.
They just, because they come up to, I'm coming out of work and they're like, tickets? I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I listen to the Cubs all day. Like, I don't want to be in Wrigley. No, thank you.
Do you live there?
Wait,
no, don't
I
answer
live
that
in
question.
the area, but like I work in
She
that
works
area.
in the area,
So,
it's got to
so
suck.
it's just too much. It's just too much. Cubbies are like also give or take, like depending on where we are in the season and how well the Cubs are doing.
Yeah.
Sure.
So beginning of the season,
Fans are all fair weather.
Everyone's
yeah.
great because like it's a new season
And it's warm.
They
And
might
it's
not
warm.
suck, and it's 40 degrees, and now we have to go sit in the stadium when it's 40 degrees because the season starts so early.
It really does.
So yeah,
Cold baseball games are just.
It sucks. I've been to so many cold
Otherworldly.
baseball games.
Otherworldly bad, like
Yeah.
bad for everyone. Because then they come in pissed off. Even if they won, people come in pissed off because they're cold because they've been outside the whole day. I'm
They
like,
spent
well, that's
$60
quite
on hot
literally
chocolate.
not my problem.
Yeah.
I'll get you a tea if you shut up.
Dude, it is such a thankless job in the service industry because like, everyone's projecting the 2 hours that they're around you, their day on you. And it's like, hey, I've been around hundreds of you since 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, get away.
It's really something else. It's by and large though, it's been a good season. Because it's been a good season, people haven't been awful. And I'm working at like a higher ticket place right now, so people are better behaved than other places I've worked at Wrigley. Much better behaved.
There was when I lived in Wrigley, like in 2008, there was a bar I would go to because they had $1 beer specials, and they had to cut the special off because too many homeless people were coming into the bar.
Dude, when your specials are so cheap, the homeless people can afford it.
It's just me and homeless people drinking at Lucky's.
Oh my god.
That's when you question, like,
Not
am I doing everything right?
It was like a 32-ounce beer for like $1. But it was like shit beer, but it was like whatever.
How can you even afford that? Like, how can the
Just to
venue
try and
afford
get
that?
people? Well, it was
What
like off
beer?
season, like the worst thing possible. I forgot what it was. Maybe like a Rolling Rock or something like that. Something bad.
Oh, Rolling Rock, I have flashbacks.
Rolling Rock's disgusting.
That's really bad.
That's- I
it
remember-
probably was Rolling Rock because they'll never sell it otherwise.
Yeah.
Like,
And
we have all
that,
this
like,
Rolling Rock.
the kick that Rolling Rock gives you.
Yeah,
is-
and that green can. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be like a fancy beer."
No.
And then I had
It's
it.
not
and
a
I was
Heineken,
like,
that's for damn
Give
sure.
me my Busch Light back, please.
It was huge when I was a teenager, Rolling Rock. We had like we drank a lot of it.
I only started getting hangovers this year.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I never had
It started
hangovers
happening
when I
for
was
me around
younger.
29.
Yeah. sucks. It sucks. Sorry. It's awful. I hate it. I keep telling everyone now when they turn 25, I'm like, get ready.
Yeah.
Everything's about to suck.
Everything's about to hurt.
Everything's about to hurt. You're going to wake up in the morning and go, oh, my back.
Yeah.
It's 25 is where everything
I feel like
hits the
we're
fan.
like a solid 10 years older than everyone we have to do comedy with.
I did get the best advice from my mom because she knows I am a little nervous about turning 30. She's like, you know what? I get it because I felt the same. As soon as you turn 30, you're going to feel way better about everything.
Yeah.
Because it's just done. She's like, it's a day, it's a number, and you're going to feel like once you're there, you're like, oh, what was I worried about? I'm the same person.
Yeah, I thought something was
Just
going to
the
happen.
age is different. Yeah, it is weird. It feels like a death sentence, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like the beginning of real adulthood is like going into 30.
But I remember when my dad turned 30, I remember we got him a bunch of black balloons and I got him a birthday card with a Grim Reaper on it.
We got them that
Your
when
dad
they
turned 30?
Uh-huh.
When
You
they turned
remember your
50.
dad's 30th?
Yeah, I was 9 years old. Maybe 10 years
Oh,
old.
your dad's young.
My parents were in their 30s when they had me.
Oh, my parents
Same
were
with
in their
mine, yeah.
teens.
Yeah, your parents, your mom was 11 when she had you?
Let's get my nice father arrested.
Well, back then, she had a permission slip.
Yeah.
All right. This has been, we're wrapping it up. We've had a great time with Erin. We gave some Puerto Rican food, Persian food.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
She liked it. We got her palate going, and Kyle did not like the dolma, so we can't do that.
Oh, that one was gross.
And I tell your parents you love them, and we love you.
I'm never going to Mexico.
Kyle Scanlon is loving this. Erin, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
thanks
thanks for
being on
having
the
me.
pod. We hope to have you again. We love you guys.
Okay.
Austin,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye.